Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mobile on Air. My name is Nick Patrick. I'm the co-founder and CEO at Radar, and I'm really excited to welcome you all today, and also to talk about the new customer journey as we see it at Radar, given everything that's happened in 2020 and what we expect to happen over the next few years. But welcome to Mobile on Air. This is the second ever Mobile on Air event. We did our first one back in May, right after the pandemic started, with some really great speakers and sponsors. It was a smashing success, and we're really excited to do it again. Don't think this will be the last MOA either. This is an annual event going forward with some great content and programming on an ongoing basis after this. We have 2,500 attendees from 90 countries, which is pretty incredible. Amazing folks from product, marketing, digital engineering functions across some amazing brands, technology platforms and partners, and agencies. And we have 30 plus sessions over 2 days. Some incredible content. And I think most importantly, this is live. There are no pre-recorded sessions. So we may mess up. There may be some technical difficulties. We'll try to keep that to a minimum. But I think why that's really exciting is it lets you all engage and connect, ask questions, network. And we're really excited to facilitate that. And thank you all for attending. This conference would not be possible without you. And we're really excited to have you here. Wanted to also thank our sponsors. We have some amazing sponsors. These are leading platforms in the modern product and growth stack, from marketing automation platforms to analytics platforms to attribution platforms, and also some of the leading digital agencies and studios. And we're really excited to have their support. We're going to talk more about this ecosystem and why it's so important later in the talk. Again, we have some incredible sessions. These are just a few highlights. Some of the folks that we're going to have speaking. Some of the speakers. I had to give a quick shout out to some of the other folks at Radar that are presenting. Carly, our director of customer success, is going to be doing a session with Aldo from T-Mobile. That's tomorrow, about some of the location-based features that they've been building recently. And then Charlene, our director of product, is going to be giving a talk in about an hour and 15 minutes about building a product management function from the ground up. This is a screenshot that we took yesterday modeling the platform. Would encourage you all to explore the chat panel on the right, the tabs on the left. If you toggle over to the Expo tab later today, there's going to be virtual partner booths during Expo hours. That's 4:45 to 5:30 Eastern time today, and 2:45 to 3:30 tomorrow. Again, because this is live and we have so many amazing attendees, would encourage you all to network. There are interactive side sessions, the chat panel on the right. Many of these sessions are going to have Q&A. They're going to be interactive. So I would encourage you to stick around and ask questions. Stay tuned for some surprise giveaways. We have an amazing Mobile on Air Slack community. And I would encourage you all to post on social, your social network of choice, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, with the hashtag Mobile on Air. And if you haven't had a chance to join us in the Slack group yet, it's a really great burgeoning community. Would encourage you all to join us over there at some point. We will be successful this week if you walk away feeling inspired about new use cases, best practices, ways to navigate the crazy year that is 2020. If you feel empowered to implement those things, to carry them forward. And maybe most importantly, that you feel connected to the other attendees, to the speakers. I think in a year when connection is super important, it's part of the reason why we wanted to do this conference live. And we're really excited. Again, really appreciate your support. Great to have you here, and excited to make this an amazing conference over the next 2 days. So let's dive in. Obviously 2020 has been a year of massive change, of innovation, of acceleration. And that has impacted the customer journey. We think a lot about this at Radar, and that's what we're going to dive into a little bit today. At Radar, we think a lot about the physical world, about location, and in a year where there's a global pandemic and economic upheaval, how we interact with the physical world and how the physical world varies from place to place is more important, is more critical, is more varied than ever before. And I think this map speaks for itself. And this is true, from city to city, from state to state. And, we have attendees from 90 countries, from country to country as well. And so location matters more than ever, how we interact with the physical world. how the physical world varies from place to place is more important and more critical than ever before. And the most innovative brands are responding to this. They're thinking about ways to bridge digital experiences to the physical world. They're investing in new location use cases. And we're going to dive into a few of the trends that we've seen here over the next couple of slides. A few examples: curbside pickup. So for example, I place an order on a website, on a mobile app. I drive to the store to pick up my items. How can I pull into the parking lot, get my items quickly and get out? Buy online, pick up in store, similar concept. Delivery, safe experiences, contactless payments, contactless check-in, and location-based messaging, location-based app experiences, location-based search that is sensitive to and aware of the physical reality on the ground, which again differs from place to place more so than ever before. There was a great article in the New York Times recently. Customers still like to shop in person, even if they only get to the curb, that highlights some of these trends: contactless payments, curbside pickup, and some of the investments that some of the most innovative brands are making in curbside pickup. Target touting that curbside sales have grown more than 700%. Best Buy highlighting that 41% of online revenue is coming from curbside or in-store pickup. This is what a typical curbside pickup experience may look like. This is Dick's Sporting Goods. This is a photo from that New York Times article, what the president called a, quote, very scrappy operation in V1. And 2020 is a year where we see innovation around digital experiences, around these types of experiences accelerating. And we're already seeing curbside pickup starting to evolve. There's sort of a V1, quick and dirty curbside pickup experience where customer places an order, the staff in the store or in the restaurant is seeing a scheduled pickup time. The customer arrives and they're looking for physical signage when they pull into the parking lot, when they pull through the drive-through, when they walk up to the store, looking for physical signage with instructions. And this is challenging to coordinate from an operational perspective. Sometimes leads to long wait times. And we're starting to see V2 of this experience emerge, a digital and location-enabled curbside pickup experience where customer places an order in the app. They've granted location permissions in the app. The staff in the store at the restaurant is seeing live location-based ETAs. They know exactly when folks are arriving, if they're running early, if they're running late. The customer gets digital communications, a push notification, an in-app experience with instructions on their arrival, and wait times minimized. And this is leading to really great customer experiences, really innovative digital experiences that are prompting customers to download mobile apps more than ever before. And there are folks that maybe haven't made the leap yet or are slow to catch up. And I think what we're seeing is that leading retailers are almost all investing in curbside pickup, and this is going to continue to be a habit and an area of investment going forward. Not just retail, but also QSR. Starbucks, always the innovator, published some great content recently about how they're accelerating curbside pickup, contactless payments, drive-through, mobile order, new store formats, and thinking about how they can bridge digital app experiences to the physical world in this world that we live in. Not just curbside pickup experiences, but also delivery. I think Domino's is the canonical example of a brand that has been investing in digital innovation for years, investing in innovation around delivery and also curbside pickup, and seeing record sales this year at a time when a lot of other restaurants are struggling. And this is really the continuation of a many years long trend around investment in bridging the digital to physical, in digital experiences that are innovative and that attract customers. Not just in retail and QSR, but also in travel. Hotel chains like Hilton and Marriott thinking about contactless automatic check-in, digital key experiences, travel app experiences. The Hilton app experience, for example, very different when you're in a hotel. Contactless check-in, digital key, very different from when you're in a hotel and when you're sitting at home on your couch, where the app experience is maybe more focused on searching for experiences, searching for hotels, and booking your next trip. McKinsey refers to these types of use cases as SafeX or safer experiences. All of these experiences are seeing tremendous growth. And this study was actually from a few months ago, but a very high percentage of consumers who are having great experiences, who are intending to continue this in the long term, And I think with as long as this situation has gone on, new habits being formed, new expectations being set, and I think this is only going to continue in the future. McKinsey has 5 pieces of advice for brick and mortar and omni-channel brands. Double down on digital, innovate to differentiate yourself and deliver these great experiences. Focus on SafeX, bridging the physical and digital, and be agile. I think we've all sort of felt that use cases can change on a dime. Resources are maybe more constrained than usual this year. So being agile, being flexible is very important as well. We've talked a lot about brick and mortar brands, so hotels, grocery, retail, QSR, but location is important for digital first brands as well. And a few examples: Waze obviously doesn't own any physical locations. They're a digital first app, but they've been thinking about rolling out contactless payments at gas stations, right? Waze doesn't own the gas stations. They're a digital first brand, a digital first app, but they have transaction events where they have conversions that are tied to physical locations. And they're thinking about ways that they can deliver great experiences centered around physical locations and increase engagement and conversion accordingly. Zillow, real estate app, launching self-tour features. So how can you unlock a self-tour when you're near a Zillow-owned home? Do a self-tour, socially distant, get in and out quickly. This is another example of a digital-first experience that is being bridged to the physical world. Google Maps investing in COVID-19 related visualizations. How crowded are particular locations? What is the caseload in a particular location, and how is that trending? So physical context in a digital app experience. So again, just to highlight, innovative location-based use cases, more popular than ever, bridging the digital to physical, curbside pickup, BOPIS, delivery, safe experiences, contactless experiences, and messaging and search experiences that are connected to location context, to physical context. So at Radar, we think a lot about this. We think that the new customer journey really centers on location context, and the physical world, how it varies from place to place, how we interact with it is more varied and more critical than ever before. And this spans from searching for a physical location, so finding nearby physical locations that you can engage with, that are safe to engage with, being on the way to a physical location, so traveling there, and then also being in or at a location, so app experiences or messaging that change based on location. Just a few examples of use cases here. When we talk about searching for locations, we're talking about how can you tell your users which locations are closest? To the extent that locations are open or closed or open only for curbside pickup, these might be states that change quite frequently. This is all important. These are sort of classic store locator type experiences. Not just proximity, but density. How can you tell users which locations are the most crowded? Maybe you want to, if you're a travel app, you want to steer them away from a crowded museum and to a park where you can social distance. So searching for locations is kind of the start of the location-based customer journey. Being on the way to a location, if you're building a curbside pickup experience, how can you send your staff live ETAs so they know which customers are running early, running late, or on time? How can you help your customers understand what they need to do as they approach a physical location? And in a location, how can you change the app experience when a user is in store? If you have a retail app, for example, the app experience might be very different if you're sitting at home on your couch, where it's about sort of discovery, placing an order for curbside pickup. Whereas when you arrive at the store, how can you just immediately surface an in-store mode, contactless payments, an app experience that is relevant to the current physical location? How can you automatically check users in when they arrive and check them out when they leave? How can your app experience change from region to region? How can it be sensitive to the physical realities on the ground in a particular city or state or country? And as different regions come back online, how can you reactivate users based on region? As restaurants reopen, as stores reopen, as the situation changes, whatever, how can you reactivate them? And so we've seen that location matters more than ever. We've seen that the physical world varies from place to place, and how we interact with the physical world is more important than ever before. And we've also seen that location-based use cases can unlock increased revenue. engagement, and loyalty. Customers are forming new habits around how their digital experiences interact with the physical world. The bar has been raised, new expectations have been set, and this is going to continue in the future. And the best brands are going to innovate and deliver these types of experiences, both brick and mortar brands and digital first brands, especially digital first brands that have conversion events or transactions tied to the physical world. So this is great. The challenge is that these experiences are hard to orchestrate and they're hard to build. If you think about that curbside pickup experience, we're needing to combine, we're needing to integrate, we're needing to orchestrate customer information. Who is this person? Maybe that data is coming from a CRM system or a customer data platform. Order information, which order are they picking up? Which items have they ordered in the past? Messaging and attribution across channels, whether it's in-app messaging, push notifications, email, and obviously location information is a critical input. So joining all of this data, collecting all this data, taking advantage of all of this data is critical, but it's challenging. And when it comes to data collection, when it comes to location data collection in particular, it's a moving target, right? Every version of iOS and Android, new capabilities, but also changes, and in some cases, new restrictions. Obviously, changes in iOS 14 around data collection, being transparent with end users, delivering value so that they want to opt into these experiences is more critical than ever. With Android 11, changes to requesting location permissions and location capabilities. So hard to orchestrate from a data perspective, challenging to build from a technical perspective, lots of different things to wrangle. And what we're seeing is, to solve these use cases, product leaders are choosing extensible and developer-friendly solutions. And many of the partners and sponsors here today are thinking about this as well. We've listed a few of them here. And why extensible and developer first? Like why is this true? Why is this important? Extensible and developer first solutions help you get up and running quickly. This is a year where resources and budgets may be constrained, where innovation is being compressed, and to take advantage of these new physical realities, you need to move quickly. They plug into your existing stack and data, and they help you join data sets. They help you make sense of all this data. They help you collect and process and enrich and join data sets from customer data to location data, to order history, and more. To the extent that you're building these features and you need to maintain them and build new features in the future, you want to work with tools that your technical teams, your engineering teams love to use and support. And you don't want one-size-fits-all tools or tools that are sort of specific to a particular use case. You want to choose tools that are compatible with future use cases, because as we've seen in 2020, use cases can change on a dime. You want tools that are extensible and flexible and can accommodate the use cases of the current day, but the use cases of tomorrow as well. We're a little bit biased, but we think there are best-in-class solutions with respect to location, radar, with respect to communications platforms, folks like Twilio, Braze, Airship, Airable, OneSignal, and LeanPlum. Many of them here at the conference over the next 2 days. Analytics platforms like Amplitude and Mixpanel, attribution platforms like Branch and AppsFlyer, and customer data platforms like Segment and mParticle. These are all extensible, best-in-class point solutions, developer-friendly, that help you compose these amazing experiences and orchestrate all of the data that goes into them. I think Twilio's recent acquisition of Segment just underscores this theme. These experiences are data rich. You need to build them quickly. And so to be able to collect this data, manage this data, join it, activate it, that's what this acquisition is all about. And if anything, I think we're going to continue to see more innovation in the platform and tooling space. We're going to continue to see more types of partnerships and acquisitions and integrations like this. When you think about sort of grading your location maturity and sort of how you're thinking about location in general, a couple questions to consider. Does your app experience change based on the user's location, right? If a user is at a store or at an airport or at a hotel or in a particular city, are you surfacing content and features that's relevant to their current location? Or are you making users kind of go to do the work to pull up those features or to pull up that information? So does your app experience change based on the user's location? Does your messaging change based on the user's location? This might be location-based push notifications. It might be location-based in-app experiences. It might be targeting that you're doing based on a user's historical location, whether that's email or SMS communications. Is your messaging sensitive to the physical reality of the user's current location, and are you delivering a great experience? To the extent that you're investing in pickup and delivery experiences, are they the quick and dirty V1, which is great to get up and running, or are they truly location enabled and digital enabled pickup and delivery experiences? That's where the bar is moving to. That's where customer expectations will be. So the most seamless pickup and delivery experiences with maximum transparency, minimal wait times are going to be location enabled and digital enabled. And are you collecting location data? Are you joining user location data with other user data? Are you fully taking advantage and activating this data? These are questions to ask. We think a lot about this at Radar. At Radar, we think about our mission as being to connect digital experiences to the physical world with a location platform for every app, every device, and every developer. We've been trying to evolve our platform and the capabilities of our platform to match these new use cases, these new needs. And so we started as a geofencing platform, really focused on enabling app experiences and messaging tied to being at a location or in a location. And this year we've launched a bunch of new building blocks, a bunch of new APIs and capabilities tied to the new user journey that we mentioned. So search APIs, geocoding, autocomplete to power store locators, nearby feeds, those types of experiences. Trip tracking capabilities for live ETAs, enabling location-enabled curbside pickup experiences, and of course geofencing and the types of in-app experiences and messaging experiences that are popular and important in 2020. Maybe a little bit different than in years past, and maybe will be different in the future. But geofencing is here to stay, and more important than ever. We're aiming to build the most developer-friendly solution, easiest to integrate, flexible, open source SDKs, dashboards to manage all of your location data. If you import your location data, your geofences, your place data, whatever, you can use that for geofencing experiences, but also for search experiences to power your store locator or trip tracking experiences. And perhaps most importantly, integrated with all the best-in-class tools that we mentioned. This is going to be a big theme at this conference. We have a lot of these partners and other great partners as well. They're going to talk all about this. So just to wrap this up, 2020 has been an interesting year. Acceleration of trends, acceleration of innovation, and opportunities to deliver great customer experiences and capitalize. And we think there are going to be winners and losers. The losers are going to be brick and mortar brands that don't make the leap to deliver great digital experiences that bridge the gap, that don't bridge the gap between digital experiences in the physical world. Digital first brands that aren't sensitive to the physical context or the physical realities of where their users are. Digital agencies that haven't adapted to this new customer journey and don't have a strategy to match. And vendors are tools that are one size fits all or developer unfriendly, given that use cases can change on a dime and folks need to move fast to match. Conversely, brick and mortar brands that do innovate in the digital realm, that connect the digital to physical, digital first brands, particularly those that have conversion events or interactions tied to physical locations that bridge the digital to physical, and digital agencies that have a location strategy that understand this new customer journey, and vendors and tools that are extensible and developer first, not one size fits all, just for curbside pickup or just for geofencing use cases. But really sort of span the full journey, all the different types of data that you might want to collect. So I'll leave you with this. Location matters more than ever. Are you ready for this brave new world that we live in? Hopefully you walk away from this keynote and also from other sessions with inspiration around how you can deliver great experiences in this brave new world, best practices, pitfalls to avoid. And I think this keynote is just scratching the surface. There's going to be some great sessions over the next couple of days that go deeper on these trends. I wanted to thank our sponsors again. Many of them will have talks where they go deeper on a lot of these themes. and just wanted to highlight again some incredible sessions from other folks. Would encourage you to stick around, would encourage you to join and engage. This is just a sampling. And again, would encourage you not just to tune in, but also engage with virtual partner booths during expo hours, to network with other attendees through chat and the Slack community. Stick around, engage, ask questions, make connections. There are some incredible folks attending the conference with great ideas, and just excited to see the connection and collaboration and communication that goes along with it. And of course, post on social, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram with hashtag Mobile on Air. So with that, I wanted to thank you again for being here. We're really excited for the next 2 days, and hope you enjoy Mobile on Air. Thanks, everyone.